So for this week's lesson, we have variability. When we say variability, it provides a quantitative measure of the degree to which scores in a distribution are spread out or clustered together. Our goal here is to describe how spread out the scores in the distribution. So we have group and ungroup. For now, we will start with ungroup. We will have range, interquartile, variance, and standard deviation. So when we say range, it is the distance or the difference between the highest score and the lowest score. And to get that, you have to subtract the lowest score from the highest. Interquartile is the difference between the Q sub 3 and the Q sub 1. So you subtract the first quartile to the third quartile. Next is variance and standard deviation. So what's new is variance and standard deviation. So let's have example for range and the definition. The range is the difference between the highest value and lowest value in a set of data. It is also the most obvious way to describe how spread out the scores are. So for example, in the set of grades in statistics, you have two examples, the male group and the female group. For the male group, we have the following grades with a mean of 84. And for the female group, we have the following grades with a mean of 84. If you look for the range of the male group, you get the highest score, which is, or the highest grade, which is 100. Subtract from it is 25, or not 25, but 65, the grade of Ron. So 100 minus 65 is 35. While the grade for female group, we have the highest is 86 minus 82. Their difference is 4. Now, when we say range, it shows that the grades of the male is scattered. When we say scattered, kalat-kalat, they do not circle around a certain grade. Ibig sabihin nun, layo-layo yung kanilang mga scores. While in female group, yung kanilang scores ay compressed. Ibig sabihin, clustered, dikit-dikit, magkakatabi. And it illustrates that the females, as compared to the males, are more homogeneous in their math ability. When we say homogeneous, yung galing nila ay pare-pareho. While sa sa male, ang galing nila ay magkakaiba at magkakalayo. So, pwedeng may magaling, merong hindi magaling. So, kaya yung mga grades nila ay sobrang layo sa isa't isa. Next, pag variance naman, it is the average of the squared deviation from the mean. Nakalagay from the mean kasi later on, yung mean, ima-minus natin dun sa grade mismo. Remember, this is ungrouped, so yung mga data natin dito is lower than 30. The higher the variance, the more variable or far apart the values are from each other. So, ibig sabihin, when the higher variance or if the given has a higher variance, yung kanilang scores ay scattered or yung grades nila ay scattered. Malayo sa isa't isa ang distansya. Or we can say that they are heterogeneous. Magkakaiba sila. Kumbaga, magkakasama sila for the male group, pero yung ability nila ay magkakaiba at malayo sa isa't isa. So we have here two different variables, two different formula for population variance and sample variance. Ang pinagkaiba ni population at the sample, si population, buong population yan. So for example, grade 10 students, buong population ng grade 10 students. Well, when we say sample, it is just part of the population. Kunwari, buong grade 10 students, population yon. Ang sample ay grade 10 section Rizal. Okay, so ulitin ko, population means kalahatan, kabuuan. For example, meron tayong 1,000 students for grade 10. Pag sample naman is yung representative lang ng ating population or galing siya dun sa population. So, mas maliit na grupo to na kinuha natin sa population. So, for population variance, ang ginagamit natin na symbol ay ito. And for sample variance, ang ating symbol na ginagamit ay ito. And ang formula ay summation ng squared deviation. So, meron tayong x minus the mean. So, mamaya yung x, ima-minus natin yun yung mean. And then we get the square. At i-add natin yun lahat. Then divided by the total number of population. Pero pag variance, makikita nyo yung kanilang denominator magkaiba. I mean, pag sample, variance, n minus 1 ang nasa denominator. While pag population, ang n ay yung capital letter N because buo ang population. So, let's use the formula. Ayan yung mga meaning ng bawat symbols. Let's proceed. So, dito, we have the male group. Ito yung kanilang grades. 65, 75, 85, 95, 100. So, in-arrange lang natin siya in a table para makita yung values. Pero this is ungroup kasi 5 lang sila. While the mean is 84. So, mean natin, ima-minus natin sa x. So, x minus the mean. So, pag minus natin yan, 65 minus 84, we will get negative 19. 75 minus 84 is negative 9. 85 minus 84 is 1. 95 minus 84 is 11. And 100 minus 84 is 16. Next, after nyo makuha yung difference ng dalawa, you are going to get their square. Okay? The square of the difference. So, itong negative 19, i-multiply natin just sa sarili niya. Negative 19 times negative 19 or simply negative 19 square. So, negative 19 square. Lalagyan ng parenthesis kapag may negative sign kasi pag wala, magiging negative yung answer. And kapag nagsisquare tayo, laging positive ang answer. So, this will be 361. Negative 9 times negative 9 is 81 or negative 9 square. 1 times 1 is 1. 11 times 11 is 121. And 256 naman sa 16 raised to 2. So, ayan. Next, we are going to get the sum of this. Yung sum nito. And the sum of this is 820. Yan yung isa-substitute natin sa summation of x minus the mean squared. So, let's look at the population. Kapag population, 820 divided by ilan ba sila? 5. So, n here is 5. Kung population yan, magiging 820 divided by 5, the answer is 164 square units. Pero kung yan ay sample, magiging 820 n minus 1, so 5 minus 1 just equal to 4. Ang answer ay 205 square units. So, kung titingnan sa boys, masyadong malaki ang kanilang, or malaki ang kanilang variance, ibig sabihin talagang malayo yung kanilang scores sa isa't isa. Next, the female group. If we do the same sa female group, 82 minus 84, we have negative 2. 83 minus, so minus to ha. So, x minus the mean. The mean is 84. So, 82 minus 84, negative 2. 83 minus 84, negative 1. 84 minus 84 is 0. 85 minus 84 is 1. And 86 minus 84 is 2. Negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 1 squared, positive 1. Remember, kapag nagsisquare na, dapat lahat maging positive. Walang negative dapat dyan. 1 squared is 1 and 2 squared is 4. Add this, then you'll get 10. So, yun ay substitute natin mamaya dun sa ating formula. So, again, the formula is this. And we'll get 10 divided by 5. Si n dito ay 5. So, 10 divided by 5 is 2. And for the sample data, n divided by 4. Kasi nga, n minus 1. So, 5 minus 1 is 4, which is equal to 2.5 square units. Kung i-compare natin siya doon sa male, kung titingnan yung male, we have 164 and 205. Sa female, 2 and 2.5 lang. So, gaano kalaki yung scatter, yung variance, gaano kalaki yung distansya nila or yung layo nila sa isa't isa. So, paano mo to magagawa kapag yung data mo ay nasa 30 na or 20 plus? Siyempre, gagamit na tayo ng variance para makita kung ano yung magiging answer. Kung scattered ba sila or clustered or compressed. So, dito, dahil konti lang sila, 5 lang, kitang-kita natin na malayo ang distansya ng mga scores or grades. Dito naman, kita natin na maliit lang yung distansya ng mga grades. Yan ay dahil 5 lang yung pinag-uusapan. Pero paano pag 10, 20, 30 na yung data? Anong gagawin? Okay? Next, yung formula ni variance ay may kinalaman din sa magiging formula ng ating standard deviation. Si standard deviation ay square root lang ng variance. So, ano lang ang gagawin? You get the square root of the variance and then meron ka ng standard deviation. So, for the male group, yung ating sagot kanina, which is, balikan natin yung sagot, 164 and 205. Yung 164, 164, tama. And 205 na sagot natin for variance. Para makuha si standard deviation, kukunin mo lang yung square root. So, square root is equal to 12.81. Square root lang ng 164. While sa sample, square root ng kanilang variance, S is equal to 14.32. Okay, so pag na-solve mo na si variance, madali nang isolve yung standard deviation. Kasi kukunin mo lang yung square root. So, ganun lang kadali kapag standard deviation. Now, how about for the female group? Sa female group, ito yung answer. Pero kung titignan natin, ang sagot kanina dyan ay, nasa na tayo? 2 and 2.5. So, dito, square root ng 2. Ito, square root ng 2.5. You'll get 1.58. Dito, square root of 2 is 1.41. So, mas maliit yung standard deviation. Sabi nga dito, the higher the standard deviation is, the more scattered. Pero of course, kabaligtaran, the lower the standard deviation is, the more compressed or clustered. Now, how about for a group? Siyempre, we have ungroup. Meron din tayong group. Pag group data, 30 and up. Yung mga data natin. So, range, ganun pa rin. Highest minus the lowest. Interquartile, Q sub 3 minus Q sub 1. While in variance, may mag-iiba lang sa formula niya dahil group na to. Standard deviation, ganun din. Okay? So, for example, ang data na meron tayo ay 18 to 23, 24 to 29, 30 to 35, 36 to 41, 42 to 47, 48 to 53, 54 to 59. Tapos, given na rin yung frequency, 6, 11, 17, 14, 8, 3, and 1. So, dito sa data natin, makikita na meron tayong scores listed and frequency. Pero, paano mo makukuha yung variance dyan? Ano ba muna yung magiging formula? Ang formula natin ay ganun pa rin, no? Meron tayong x minus the mean. Tapos i-multiply naman natin. Kinaibahan, i-multiply natin siya sa frequency. So as you can see, dito 18 to 23 ang meron. So hindi naman natin pwedeng sabihin that we have 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Hindi mo naman yun pwedeng i-multiply or i-minus doon yung mean. So you are going to get a representative for each class interval. So ano yung magiging representative for this class interval? Ang tawag sa magiging representative ay class mark or class point. Paano sinusolve si class mark or si class point? Get 18, then add it to 23, and then divide it to 2. Pag nakuha mo na yung sagot, yan yung tinatawag natin na class point or class mark. Dito ganun din, 24 plus 29 divide by 2. Kung yung sagot dito, yan yung class point or class mark and midpoint. So dito 30 to 35. So 30 plus 35 divided by 2. Yan yung class mark or midpoint. So pag ginawa natin yan, we will get 20.5. Dito naman, you'll get 26.5. Dito, you'll get 32.5 and so on. So magiging class mark natin or midpoint is this. So dito sa 36 to 41, we have 38.5. Sa 42 to 47, we have 44.5. Sa 46, 53, 50.5. And sa last one ay 56.5. Next, anong gagawin natin dyan sa class mark or sa midpoint? Dyan natin ima-minus yung mean. The mean is also given. Given yung mean. Pero paano pag hindi siya binigay? First, you have to look for the mean kung hindi siya binigay. Pero dito sa example natin, dahil binigay na siya, all you have to do is to subtract it from the class mark or the midpoint. So, ito yung class mark at midpoint natin. I-minus natin dyan yung 34.5. So, from the class mark or midpoint, we will subtract the mean. Mean is given. Pag hindi binigay, ulitin ko. Kailangan mong kunin. So, 26.5 minus 34.5, magiging negative 8. Then, 32.5 minus 34.5, sagot is negative 2, and so on. So, 4, 10, 16, and 22 yung magiging answer. Next, square natin yan. So, 14, negative 14 squared, 196. Negative 8 squared, 64. Negative 2 squared, 4. 4 squared, 16. 10 squared is 100. 16 squared is 256. 22 squared is 484. Next, ang susunod na step is to multiply this to the frequency. So, magiging 196 times 6. 64 times 11. 4 times 17. 16 times 14. 100 times 8. 256 times 3. And 484 times 1. So, kapag minultiply natin yan, we will get 1,976, 704, 68, 224, 800, 768, and 484. Next, itong frequency times the square of the difference ang i-add natin. So, kapag in-add natin yan, ang magiging sum is 4,224. Yan yung gagamitin natin for the formula ng variance, which is, yun nga, frequency times the sum of the square of the difference divided by n, kasi this is population. So, 4,224 divided by 60 equals 70.4. Kapag naman sample, we have 4,224 divided by 60 minus 1, which is equal to 59. And the answer is 71.59. ganun pa rin, pag standard deviation, get the square root of this. So, ang magiging SD natin ay square root ng 70.4. SD naman dito ay square root ng 71.59. So pag sinolve yun, ang magiging sagot ay 8.39 for population. And for sample ay 8.60 or 8.36. So, yun lang for variance. If you have any question, you can message me. And we will continue for the next lesson.